This week on Crusin New England. He has a love for Fords, but today he's going to show us some secret vehicles that not many people know about. I'm Paul Manette, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Crusin New England. Today, we're in the state of Maine to meet a gentleman who collects nothing but Fords. We're going to see his collections of cars from 1932 to 1953, and they're all convertibles. All this and more on Crusin New England. My life, I've been cruising New England, meeting great people, visiting amazing places, and discovering wonderful classic and custom car collections, nostalgic automobilia, and so much more. Come on and join our adventure. I'm Paul Manette. Let's go cruising.
This episode of Cruisin' New England is brought to you by McMokin Chevrolet, where there is always 250 new Corvettes to choose from.
National Parts Depot stocks over 135,000 parts for your classic Mustang, Cougar, Camaro and Firebird, Chevelle and GTO, Ford and Chevy truck, Bronco and Thunderbird. With 4 massive warehouses nationwide and a 98% in-stock ratio, you'll get the parts you need right now. No waiting on back orders. Nobody beats NPD's quality, speed, and service. For your free catalog, call 888-893-FAST or visit us at mpdlink.com.
Experience why thousands of Corvette buyers nationwide are buying their Corvettes from McMokin Chevrolet. With plenty of allocation for the new C8 Corvette, McMokin makes finding your great American sports car smooth and easy. With a dedicated Corvette team here for you. All Corvettes are stored in our 3-story climate-controlled dealership.
When you're cruising for a new Corvette, you'll find it at McMokin.net.
They drive with confidence thanks to Grundy Insurance. 100% agreed value, 0 deductible, and no depreciation. Bye!
Hi, I'm Sam Grundy. Call us today or visit us at grundy.com.
Your special moments are something to remember. For weddings, portraits, and special events, contact Sparks Fly Photography.
Now we're back, and I'm in Central Maine with a very special guest, Peter Prescott.
Oh, how are you?
The all-Ford guy. When we last were in Augusta, Maine to visit Peter Prescott, he showed us his cool kiddie ride collection. It's like being at a mini theme park with all kinds of rides we used to see in front of stores and would beg our mums for a dime to ride.
I bought a roll of dimes before I got here. I stopped off at the bank.
Well, that's good. If you got the dimes, we got the time.
Okay.
He has also showed us trucks, lots of rare, eclectic cars, and even a few of his hated Chevys. And of course, he's taken us for more than one memorable ride. Now, why did you ever want to collect Fords, number one, and what type of Fords did you want to collect?
Well, somebody asked me that the other day. They said, why did you collect Fords? I said, I didn't know anybody else made cars. And what the idea was to try to collect every model convertibles from 32 to 53, because that was the Ford V8 flathead.
Tell us about the Ford V8 flathead motor.
The flathead V8 was a big movement in the automobile industry because Ford, up to that point, had only made 4 cylinders, and everybody was moving ahead. So in 1932, he came out with a flathead. It was one of the longest running designs because it ran from 32 to 53.
So what was good about the V8?
Oh, it's the torque. the travel of the car, the speed of the car. It was absolutely unbelievable compared to the four-cylinder.
Was there any downside?
Yes. Heating in the beginning was a very big problem, and the weight was a big problem. That's why the hottest model and the most changes were made in 32, because originally he just put the V8 in place of the four-cylinder, because he straightened a lot of it out by the end of 32, because there's really 3 different 32 cars. There's an early, there's a medium, and there's a late.
When did the flathead become popular with the hot rodders?
Instantly. I mean, that was a big deal. So here you are. I guess when the first year 32 had been very expensive, but after that, they were selling thousands and thousands and thousands, and the motor was the same through all the production. Do you follow? Whether it was the pickup trucks or the cars or whatever, the motor was the same. So once you got a few years, there was V8s available all over the place.
Well, there are guys today that will only go with a flathead.
That's exactly right.
Why did Ford discontinue the flathead after 53?
Because it was outdated. All of the manufacturers had to make an overhead valve, which much bigger torque, much bigger horsepower, a much smoother engine, much longer lasting engine. So in 54, they introduced a Y-block, which overhead valve for the first time in all those years.
Tell us about the Ford convertible mechanism.
Okay. Ford mechanism on the convertible, other than modern connections and things, has been the same, except that it went automatic in 1940. An option was that you could get a top that would fold down automatic. Originally, they were electric, then they went to hydraulic. Today, they're right up through 53, they were hydraulic tops, but almost every year was an option.
How did Ford compare to other brands of convertibles?
To my knowledge, they're just about all the same. They started making V8 flatheads, and they made them from 32 to 53, and I counted up because there's no cars during the war, 43, 44, 45. So I counted, and I figured I'd have 19 cars.
It didn't end up that way, though, did it?
No. I didn't pass math. It took 45 cars to do it.
45 cars. So, and I know there's differences between these cars.
Okay, in general, a cabriolet is very simple. Cabriolet car, in the beginning for Ford, was made with one front seat, a rumble seat, okay, and roll-up windows. A Roadster was one front seat, a rumble seat, and curtains. No, Club Cabriolet now is what's made today, was made back then, front seat, a back seat, and a trunk. Phaeton, all Phaetons were a four-door, front seat and back seat, no windows.
Curtains were common until when, and when did they start with roll-up windows?
Oh, they started with roll-up windows in 1932. They have got roll-up windows. The curtains were only made on both Phaeton and Roadsters from 1932. The Phaeton went to 38. The Roadster went to 37.
When we come back, a lot more of Peter's Fords right here on Crusin' New England.
Experience why thousands of Corvette buyers nationwide are buying their Corvettes from McMulkin Chevrolet. With plenty of allocation for the new C8 Corvette, McMulkin makes finding your great American sports car smooth and easy. With a dedicated Corvette team here for you. All Corvettes are stored in our 3-story climate-controlled dealership.
When you're cruising for a new Corvette, you'll find it at McMulkin.net.
Do you have a child with food allergies? Does your school need help managing food allergies? I'm Gina Minette-Lee, a nationally recognized food allergy author, educator, and consultant. I provide a common-sense, fact-based approach to managing food allergies at home and at school. For more information, visit foodallergyconsulting.com.
It's time for a Grundy Insurance Pit Stop.
First will upgrade your coverage to agreed value so you get 100% of what your car's worth.
Standard insurance policies just don't do that.
There's never any depreciation and zero deductible.
And Grundy's rates are less than half of standard insurance companies.
Call us today or visit Grundy.com.
National Parts Depot stocks over 135,000 parts for your classic Mustang, Cougar, Camaro and Firebird, Chevelle and GTO, Ford and Chevy truck, Bronco and Thunderbird. With 4 massive warehouses nationwide and a 98% in-stock ratio, you'll get the parts you need right now. No waiting on back orders. Nobody beats NPD's quality, speed, and service. For your free catalog, call 888-893-FAST or visit us at mpdlink.com.
We're back and we're with Peter, and now we're going to talk about some of your 32s, right? Let's start right here.
Okay, that's a 32 B400 with a back seat and roll-up windows. That's its last year. As you can see, that's really like a sedan with the roof cut off. That was a very special model. Not very many were sold. As you can see, it's not a clear span when the top is down. It has the window and the door frame in it. So that's called the B400.
And what do we have here next?
Okay, that is a Phaeton. What a Phaeton is, it's a 4-door convertible, has curtains, and that's a cabriolet. That's the fancy one. That's a rumble seat, 1 seat, roll-up windows.
And now we move up. I see it's 2-seater, but got a rumble seat in the back.
Yeah. It's pretty popular for years. It was a Roadster, which is a rumble seat with the curtains.
I bet you I can guess which one's your favorite.
Go ahead.
This one right here.
Yep. That's exactly right. This is a 32 Roadster, which everybody wanted, or most people wanted to build a hot rod out of. It has curtains. It's a pretty neat car. It's 2-door with a rumble seat. So it's quite a deal.
So sum up the 32s for me.
Well, okay, sum it up pretty fast. First year that they put a V8 in the beginning, nothing was done to support the extra weight of the V8 flathead. It's much heavier than a 4-cylinder, and they had all kinds of problems. So almost every other week, Ford put out a bulletin to weld the frame, weld the brace, weld this, do that. So there's really, besides the models now, there's really 3 basic 32s. There's an early 32, a medium 32, and a late 32.
Now we're going to talk about some of your 33s.
33 is pretty popular. If you look at the swoop of the grill, but this is a Roadster.
And next up here we have a Phaeton.
Yes, deluxe Phaeton. That's 4-door with curtains.
Okay, and up here, now I guess this is your favorite of all your 33s.
Yeah, only because this one, the motor's it's got a Scott's blown flathead in it. But this is a cabriolet.
So back in 1933, wasn't this a rare color?
Yeah, I'd have to say that because Henry Ford said you could have any color you want as long as it's black.
Anything about the 1933 that's interesting?
Yeah, very. The style of the grill was very, very important to a lot of people. It's really a much better looking car. And as far as having problems, it was just the regular problems that all cars really had.
So tell us about your 34s.
Okay, 34, the 34 Cabriolet, and then you have a 34 Phaeton.
Now, why is this your favorite of the 34s?
I think because 34 was a pretty popular year, and the big deal then seemed to be with a lot of people was the way the Phaeton was and shape of the grill and the looks of the car. A lot of people were impressed with it.
It's beautiful.
The next one is 34 Roadster.
Why are the early Roadsters so popular with hot rodders?
The Roadster was a convertible, and it was really very inexpensive compared to a regular convertible because it didn't have any windows, had a windshield, period, and it just became, I guess, the thing to fly around with, build up the motor, and really make a hot rod. And those cars were made 32 through 37 only. And it's very amazing because the 32, the 33, the 34, the 36 were very, very popular.
Were the flatheads popular with the hot rod as it modified them?
Very, very popular up until almost to the end, because they made all kinds of speed equipment for them, and you know, they made blowers for them and carburation for them.
So now we're into the 35s.
Right? And this is a 35, a Roadster. And the next one is a Cabriolet, which is roll-up windows, a rumble seat, and one seat. That's a pretty popular car, that Cabriolet. But that's a Phaeton four-door convertible. Very unusual now. For the first time, the most expensive Ford is a 35, a sedan convertible. Okay, this is a four-door with roll-up windows for the very first time. So it's like the Phaeton, only the Phaeton has curtains, so they call it a sedan convertible.
Very
the first year made in 1935.
When we come back, it's going to be 1936, right here on Crusin New England.
Is your bathroom looking old and worn out? Want to update it, but you don't know where to start? Then let BCI Bath and Shower show you how to turn that old bath into an aisle of beauty and functionality. Our residential bathroom solutions provide the best value on the market, and our customer service is second to none. Our cost-effective BCI Bath and Shower family of products has what you need.
Remodeling our bathroom was a big decision for us.
They didn't make a mess out of our house at all. And at the end of the day, we had a beautiful new bathroom. And it was a great experience the whole way through.
We have the best monthly payment programs in the industry, with payments as low as $68 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months. That's right. Get the bathroom of your dreams now and pay for it in 2021. Call 1-800-960-7351 for a free, no-obligation price quote. That's 1-800-960-7351. When you want quality bathroom products at a great price, it's got to be BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in affordable bathroom products.
Now we're back, and I'm with Peter, looking at his all-Ford collection. And now we're going to have a look at your 36s. In 1936, there was an explosion. They came out with 6 different models.
I think that was Henry's attempt to cover what everybody would want. Yeah, and this is a big look.
It's a big lineup.
The biggest number of convertibles he made was 6 in 1936. So he made the Phaeton, he made the 2-door Cabriolet, 2-door Roadster. He made the 4-door sedan delivery. Remember we talked about the sedan delivery?
Yes, we did, yes.
In 35. Well, this one is a trunk sedan delivery. And then he made the 2-door Cabriolet, and then he made the 4-door sedan delivery non-trunk. So that made 6 convertibles that people could buy in 36.
So, Peter, now it's the 37s.
Yeah, and we saved one. We only made 5 in 37 instead of 6. So the first one is the Roadster. Second one is a Club Cabriolet. We were talking about Cabriolets before, with one seat, with a rumble seat. All right, the Club Cabriolet has a back seat and a trunk. The next one is the Cabriolet. The next one is a Phaeton, and the next one is a sedan delivery, a 4-door sedan delivery.
Okay, Peter, show us the 38s.
Okay, the 38 is probably the ugliest Ford ever made. It's a Ford made without a grill. It's the only one made without a grill.
How come there wasn't a grill?
Save money, stamp the steel, stamp the sides. It was a very big setback for Ford. Most people did not accept it. It was probably the hardest model to find now because most of them were junked out. You notice how it's just stamped out of the metal. This is a 4-door Phaeton. The next car is a 4-door sedan delivery. This was a custom This was the only 38 Ford Cabriolet that ever went from the factory to a coach builder. The next one is a Club Cabriolet, and this is the last 38. The first 39 is the four-door, a convertible sedan. This is the first one. The second one is a Club Cabriolet. Biggest change, I think, for Ford was 39. No more floor shift. He went to column shift. Now, it's amazing, because in 39, this was the first year of hydraulic brakes. It's the last of the rumble seat. Everything went back to trunk. So those were major, major changes.
Peter, let's do the 40s.
All right, we got it made. It's a Club Cabriolet with the trunk. And then we have a 41, which is a Club Cabriolet with the trunk. And then we have a 42, which is a Club Cabriolet with the trunk.
That's quite a collection so far. So we're up to what, 1942?
Yeah, we're doing good.
We're doing really well. So what did Ford do during World War II?
Okay, everybody had to cease the production of the cars and the trucks, and so there was no automobiles in 43, 44, and 45. And they're pretty amazing, so that they were making Jeeps and making equipment for the war, and so there was no automobiles, and of course the demand, the built-up demand was unbelievable. That's why in 46, there isn't many 46s compared to the other models that are available, because people just got 46s and run them into the ground because they hadn't had any new cars for over 3 years.
When we come back, we're going to see post-war Fords in his all-convertible collection, right here on Crusin New England.
Experience why thousands of Corvette buyers nationwide are buying their Corvettes from McMulkin Chevrolet. With plenty of allocation for the new C8 Corvette, McMulkin makes finding your great American sports car smooth and easy. With a dedicated Corvette team here for you. All Corvettes are stored in our 3-story climate-controlled dealership.
When you're cruising for a new Corvette, you'll find it at McMulkin.net.
Who knew insuring all of my cars could be such a nightmare? Between my family SUV, the car I take to work every day, my dream cars. Oh, I've got too many insurance policies.
A Grundy MVP policy is a special product for anyone who's car crazy. Insure any vehicle you own with the same consistent coverage for all of them at their agreed value on one policy.
Hi, I'm Jim Grundy, Kia Grundy MVP. Call us today or visit us at Grundy.com.
Check out Crusin New England Productions website. You'll see updated information about our fun car show series, including the Magical Mystery Cruise, the Circle of Champions, the Super Wheel Showdown, and the Spooktacular Cruisin' Classic.
Crusin New England magazine goes online, features stories, best bet car shows, cruise nights, and a whole lot more. Come cruise with us.
And if you want more information about sponsorships, advertising, or personal appearances by Paul Manette, email us at cruisenewengland@aol.com.
Cash for Gold, the place to sell your unwanted gold and diamonds. Where you sell your jewelry is as important as where you buy it. We at Cash for Gold are diamond and gold specialists. We will buy all size diamonds, gold chains, rings, bracelets, silver coins, and even broken jewelry. Often we pay 2 to 3 times higher than pawn shop prices. We also pay up to 90% of the daily price of both diamonds and gold. We are the original, authentic, family-run Cash for Gold and have been for more than 28 years. Visit us at 527 South Broadway, Route 28 in Salem, New Hampshire.
So we're back with Peter, and we're up to 1946.
Yeah, and this is really good. In 46, 47, and 48, they made 2 cars. They made a Club Cabriolet with a trunk, and they made a Sportsman with a backseat and a trunk.
Convertibles.
Convertibles. And this is a 1946 Club Cabriolet, backseat and trunk. This is a 1946 Sportsman, okay, back seat and trunk.
Was the Sportsman Ford's first Woody?
Yes. Okay. In 1946, now remember, there was no cars, so they decided to come out with a car called the Sportsman. So the Mercury division made one and the Ford division made one, and put wood in place of the steel on the sides, and it was a very popular, very low production, and very expensive automobile.
This is my favorite car of all your convertibles. Tell us a little bit about it.
This is a 1946 Mercury Sportsman. They made very few, made 205, I believe, but there is very few around. This is just a great color, and what really makes this car stand out in my mind is the color. The color really is the color to have to go with the wood.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And the 47s?
Yeah, the 47, they made two. This is a Club Cabriolet, and this is a Sportsman.
Now we're going to hit up to 1948. I guess they did in 1948, too.
Yes, two cars. This is the 48 Club Cabriolet. This is the 48 Sportsman. This is only made 28 48s, and then they stopped making Sportsmen.
Peter, only one 1949?
Yes, there is. 1949. Ford, only one convertible. Now, it's pretty interesting because from 32 to 48, they were known as fat-fended Fords. After that, 49 up, they're not fat-fended Fords anymore.
So what do you mean fat fender? Show me fat fender.
Fat-fended bolted on fenders,
right?
And no fenders.
Streamlined.
That's right.
The fabulous 50s is next.
Yeah, it sure is. So you start with 50, they made one. All right, that's a Club Cabriolet. 51, they made one. Okay. 52, they made one. 52 is a Club Cabriolet. And then in 1953 is a Club Cabriolet. This is the last of the V8 flathead Fords. So we went 32 to 53.
And you got them all.
Yes.
Every single convertible made by Ford.
Every model made.
45. Unbelievable. Unbelievable collection of cars. You must be really proud.
Yeah, it's really great.
Does anybody else have this collection? I doubt it.
Not that I know of.
So, Peter, before we end the day today, you wanted to show me this beautiful sign. I've never seen one quite that big. Peter, you told me you had a big Ford sign. That happens to be the biggest one I've ever seen. This Ford sign could be on the Strip in Las Vegas. It's so beautiful.
That's a great sign.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, I had a fella call me and asked me if I was interested, and I said, yeah, and he brought it here on a snowmobile trail from Oregon.
Unbelievable. And it came all intact, which is unbelievable.
Right.
Tell us about the other two. You have the Lincoln Mercury one.
Right, I got the Lincoln Mercury, and I got the other Ford ones because, Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, to me, they're all the same, all made by the same,
By the same individual, you mean?
Yeah.
Very good. Awesome. And I know you're a Ford guy, but the thing that I don't understand is I come into this building where you're showcasing this Ford sign, and I see all Chevrolets. What's the deal?
These aren't all Chevrolets. There's a few Chevrolets, but I got a wrecker so I can take care of them.
You got a wrecker so you can take care of them. Well, I don't see any Fords in here, but I tell you have a tremendous collection of Fords. That is the biggest Ford sign I've ever seen, and I know it's worth quite a lot of money. Thanks for sharing it with me. I've had a great time here today. Hey, it's a pleasure. I'm Paul Manette. Until next time, I'll be cruising New England.
Never miss a game when you add the Sox to your calendar. The 2021 Red Sox schedule is available at NESN.com/schedule. Go to NESN.com/schedule today.
What do sausages, classic cars, and this boat have in common? Today's guest on Cruisin' New England, Lou DeLuigi.
You know, Lou, I wasn't expecting a ride on a beautiful yacht today. This is awesome.
Well, it's a gorgeous day for it, and I can't wait to take you down and see my restoration shop. Got some nice cars for you to look at.
Well, I can't wait to go. And I understand we're going to even ride in a classic car up to your shop.
1967 SS 396, triple black. It'll be a nice ride.
Hey, let's get on it.
Let's get moving.
Lou, I can't wait to take this baby out on the street.
Let's get rolling.
It all started with the DeLuigi Sausage Company nearly 60 years ago. And this made it possible for Lou and his family to live out his dream of restoring classic cars. And what do you get for all that hard work?
Hopefully we can pull in $200,000 on this car.
What do I do?
All that and sausages on Cruisin' New England.
Making your first sausage.